morning, Emmanuel Baptist, to all those that watch the devotions. It's Monday morning, beautiful outside. Looks like it's going to be a warm day. Glad that you are tuning in for the devotion. I'm interested in Deuteronomy chapter number 9 this morning, and I want to read just two verses. Deuteronomy 9 verses 5 and 6. The Bible said, "Not for thy righteousness or for the uprightness of thine heart dost thou go to possess their land. But for the wickedness of these nations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee, and that he may perform the word which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Understand therefore that the Lord thy God giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people." He said in verse 7, "Remember and forget not how thou provokest the Lord thy God to wrath in the wilderness." In other words, the Lord, I did a devotion sometime last week or the week before out of Deuteronomy chapter 8 about how God reminded them when everything was good and they got in the land not to forget him. But God also adds another element in chapter 9. Moses is reminding them that, look, the blessings you're getting from God, the benefits you're getting from God, all these things that are happening to you, he said, you need to understand something. It's not because you're just such a great people and that you're so righteous and that you have such just a great spiritual heart. And I think we need to take lesson in that. Now, I understand in the context, God said it's not their righteousness or their uprightness, but the people in the land were so wicked, God said, I'm going to overthrow them and I'm going to put you in it. And he also said it was because he made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and he was going to fulfill that promise. So God basically says to them, all that I'm doing for you, I am doing for my benefit. I am doing because I choose to, because of my grace and my mercy, and not because you deserve it, not because you've earned it, not because you're good enough, not because you're spiritual enough. You know, and I think in this day, I think we ought to live for God. I think we ought to do the best we can. I think we ought to dress right. I think we ought to talk right. I think we ought to walk right. I think we ought to act right. I think we ought to look on the right things and avoid the wrong things. Listen to the right things and avoid the wrong things. All those things are important. But at the end of the day, child of God, you need to understand something. This morning, the reason you are blessed and the reason God has been good to you is because he has chose to, and because he is a good God, and he's a merciful God, and he's a great God. It's not because you're so spiritual, and it's not because you deserve a thing. If we got what we deserved, we would be in hell. If we got what we deserved, we would have absolutely nothing. There's not a marriage that would make it if we got what we deserved. There's not a possession we would own if we got what we deserved. There's not a child that would make it in our in our home if we got what we deserved. Everything we have, everything we are, everything we ever hope to be is simply because God is a good, gracious, merciful God. And he promised us in his Bible that if we're saved, he would meet our needs and take care of us and bless us. But don't ever, ever let the flesh or the devil tell you it's because how spiritual you are, or because how deserving you are, or how worthy you are. Everything we have or ever hope to be is just because we serve a great, loving, merciful God. Let that sink in today and worship him and praise him for being the great God that he is. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you in the morning.